So today we're going to talk about how Sage Intacct is supporting Canadian bank file payments. So traditionally, Sage Intacct has always supported the ACH files for the US bank accounts, but for the last while, they are introducing more formats for Canadian bank accounts. So this allows you to generate the payment file in Sage Intacct, save it down to your desktop or one of your file shares, and then log on to your banking software and upload the file. So this eliminates the need on having to key in this information manually in your banking software, which reduces the potential for errors. So what I'm going to do is just show you where this is set up. So under Company Subscriptions, we navigate to Sage Cloud Services, ensure that this is enabled, and then under the configuration, once this status is subscribed, you ensure that you selected Enable Bank File Payment. So once this is done, you can go to Cash Management and Checking Accounts. I'm going to use this RBC Canadian dollar account. I'm editing this checking account, and I'm navigating to Bank File. So by default, this is selected as none, but what I want to do is I want to enable this checking account for the bank file payments. So now that it's enabled for bank file payments, I can choose the bank file format. So each bank has a slightly differing format for the bank file. So Sage has started to introduce a file per bank. As time goes by, they are continually working on this. So if you don't see your bank under this list of values right now, it's probably still in progress. So I'm choosing RBC, and then I would type in what my assigned originator ID is. So this is a 10-digit alphanumeric number that you would receive from your bank. So it's unique for this particular bank account. And then the processing data center, again, something you'd get from your bank or your financial institute, and it's a 5-digit numeric number. And then the FSN number is your sequential number, so your file number, the next number in the sequence. So Intacct doesn't validate this FSN, but it needs to be unique for this file. So if you are coming onto Sage Intacct from another ERP and you're already generating files, it should be the next number and not start with 1, because your bank may reject it due to a duplicate FSN. Okay, so the next step is your vendors. So if I navigate to Accounts Payable Vendors, National Grid is one of the vendors I had for Canada. So I choose Bank File and then ensure that I've selected Enable Bank File Payments. So when I do this, I get these extra information fields. So I choose my payment country. In this case, it's going to be Canada. And then my creditor account number is my 8-digit bank account number. And then my creditor account name is whoever is listed as the account holder, or the name on the account. Generally, it's the same as the vendor. Your branch transit number, so typically it's 3 digits prefixed with 2 zeros, and then the bank number, also known as the institute number. So it's a 3-digit number. So once you have those pieces of information, you would enter invoices as normal for these vendors. So National Grid and Cornerstone are 2 vendors that I have that are in Canadian dollars. They both have bank details and the state of the bills are posted, in other words, ready for payment. So now I navigate to Bills, Pay Bills, just as I would do normally. I would change my payment method to ACH or bank file. So I'm in a multi-currency, multi-entity environment. So I'm at the top level, so I choose my bank currency, and then I select my bank account. It'll tell you here you select an account that supports bank file payments. Go to Cash Management or Accounts Payable Bank File Generation to generate the file. So once you selected your invoices for payment and you select Pay Now, the invoices are going to be in the status of selected, and the next step in the process would be to actually generate the file and then upload it to your bank, and if all goes well, confirm the payment, and only then will it be posted. So we're going to go through those steps. Payment description. This is really handy for bank reconciliation. So this is what you would see in the memo field on the Intacct tab of a bank reconciliation. So it's good to put in a description, which will be the description for all of the payments within this payment file. Easy to select multiple payments to match it against a bank transaction when it comes to reconciling. Okay, so I'm ready. I have all my information. My payment date is going to be today's date, and I'm going to select Pay Now. So it says 2 payment requests were processed successfully. If I navigate back to bills, I'll notice that the bills are now in selected status. This means that the payment is in process and it needs to be confirmed before you'll see this move to paid. So I'm going to navigate to cash management and then bank file generation. And I see my 2 payments ready to generate the file. So I select them, hit generate, and now it says successfully generated payment file. So I go to cash management and then bank payment files. So you can see the status is generating. I need to wait until it's processed before I can move to the next step, which is downloading the payment file. I'm just going to refresh my screen until that happens. You can see each payment while that's generating. You can see that each payment got that payment description, the same payment description. So again, it's very easy to select all of the payments when it comes to reconciling, or the payments that belong to the same batch. Okay, so now I refreshed it and the status is pending. So at this point, as the status is pending, I can actually download the file. So this is the format that the bank will accept. You can see my 2 vendors listed on there, and then there's a header and a footer record. So at this point, if I'm happy with the file, I've logged onto my banking software, I've uploaded the file, the bank has accepted it, I can select confirm, and my payment process is complete. If I go to accounts payable and bills, you can see that these are now paid, and they paid with ACH. Or I can get the information on the bills register. Paid with ACH. Thank you.